So I had a talk with two beautiful girls on the same day, coincidentally, and it was about the same thing. It was about this whole relationship dilemma and how the decision to choose, and then how feelings become intertwined with the times that we are living in, whereby men are afraid to be taken advantage of. Women are also afraid to be taken advantage of. So clearly, there is a lack of trust on both sides. And then there is this whole narrative that is being perpetuated of men are trash. And then there is this whole other thing of women are independent. So there is this whole drift that is happening. I don't know if it is consciously or unconsciously, but I would say it is unconsciously happening, whereby women and men are being pushed further apart. And I know there are things like the Catholic Church that is trying to advocate for people to stay together, families and everything. But I do have to say that guys are getting more scared to be in long-term relationships. Like, it's okay if they just want to do these short-term bursts. I'm not going to call them what they are, but let's just say short-term bursts. But having this conversation with these two girls, that, to be sincere, I didn't expect to ever have such a deep conversation with either one of them. I had my own narratives of what a relationship should be like, what it takes to go into one now, or for me, and then the kind of dynamics I would impose in the relationship. And it was really eye-opening to have these girls on the same day. I literally feel like there was a conspiracy in heaven to present these girls to have the same discussion with me about my choices in being single and the excuses I give for not being in a relationship, because that was literally what the discussion was about. Hello and welcome back to another bonus episode once again. So this week has been a bit hard, to say the least, just because I had a lot to do, but I still kept procrastinating. I don't know why, and I don't know how I am still struggling with this, but I guess I need to have a bit more peace and patience with myself. But I really don't like myself when I procrastinate. Then I have been sleeping like at 2:01 in the morning, and then struggling to get up like for work, and then the cycle just continues. So it has been this whole thing of, I procrastinate during daytime, or I wake up late, first of all, so I am already behind by schedule. And then I procrastinate a few things during daytime, and then I have to make up for that in the evening when I get back home. So I am sitting on my PC like from 7, I go through up to 11, and then I have dinner, and then I go through up to like 1 or 2. And then the cycle just continues, literally. Is what has been happening this whole entire week for the past 4, 6, 7 days. So yeah, it's not a good one. And the one thing I don't like is that I haven't really got any exercise in. I think I only exercised Sunday, which was a full exercise. I mean, it was like, okay, by exercise, I mean, I went to court and I played for like 4 hours. So I went like at midday, and actually it might even be more than 4 hours. But yeah, that was definitely a good workout. And trust me, Monday was hell for me. I had cramps everywhere, and I mean muscle pulls. And then yeah, but definitely worth it. Tennis is always going to be worth it for me. So no complaints there, but I should definitely get some more exercise in during the week. I did have a few wins with the business, and I hope I continue to do that and it continues to be the case. So, well, just pray for me. And then with the podcast, I almost forgot to post last Wednesday. You guys, it was so funny how I thought I had an episode scheduled until it reached midday and I'm not seeing. Ding! The 5 to 9 job has a new episode. Like, yes, I listened to my own episode, I subscribed to my own podcast. So literally, I wasn't seeing the the notification, because trust me, there is some gratification that comes every time I drop an episode, even when I am the one who edited it, scripted it, voiced it, and scheduled it. I still feel a lot of gratification when I receive the notification on Monday, on Wednesday, on Friday that, "Ooh, okay, you know what? There is an episode out. Time to listen." And then I'm always among the first guys to listen. Anyway, last Wednesday, it literally reached midday. I'm like, okay, you know what? This thing should have posted like around between 5 and 7, because that's when I usually schedule them to post. So I'm like, okay, you know what? What's wrong? When I open my Spotify for Creators, which is my hosting platform, I realized that, wow, I didn't host, I didn't post an episode. And then I open my PC and I find it on my desktop, like literally on my desktop, looking at me saying, okay, what you gonna do about it? So I had to find somewhere with Wi-Fi, sit down, plug in, upload it. So I ended up uploading it like at 2 or 3. So that one aired late, but it still aired. I still have my clean track record. So officially, right now we are at I think more than 71 episodes. Actually, not 71, like 72 episodes out. This should be episode 73 or more. And wow, I am definitely thinking of slowing down in the next few weeks or shortly before July, just so that I can sort of improve the quality of the episodes and put out less content. I'm moving from this model of volume into more quality. So yeah, I hope I actually deliver on the quality. Anyway, another funny thing with the whole 70-ish thing is that Mark Mason actually closed the subtle art of not giving an F podcast at 70 episodes. He actually said he was stopping it because it had now become about the metrics and the numbers, and he was starting a new podcast. I've actually forgotten the name, but wow, good for him. He has definitely been an inspiration going into this podcasting thing, because I think he started either shortly before me, but it was just nice to see how he enjoyed the whole thing with Drew, and then with the guests they had. They have definitely had a good run. So I believe it was worth it, and the direction he has chosen to take is a good one, because I know he does mostly the newsletter, and then but I think the podcast has been a very good project for him to do, and he should definitely continue doing the podcasts. It was a very good project for him to start. And well, don't mistake that for being today's creator of the week, because I still have that one coming up. But then I have also been recording a few more episodes, though the time and laziness has been like a Viking fight. I mean, it has been relentless trying to record these episodes and then schedule them and everything. That's how you saw I missed scheduling last Wednesday, but yeah, it will get better soon. And that's why I am thinking of actually toning down the number so that I have one less episode to record, edit, and do. So that's also just one thing, not because of laziness and everything, but it is something that is very tight for me to do as one person running the podcast. For me to produce 3 episodes consistently every week, and then post consistently on TikTok every day, post on IG, do all that while running the businesses I'm running and living my life. It's something that is hectic. So I am deciding to at least take it down a notch and see where we go from there. Okay, on to the next section, which is today's creator of, okay, not actually today's creator, but this week's creator of the week is Joanne on Air. Wow, so this podcast, okay, the lady and presenter is called Joanne. I like the about for the podcast because it's sassy in an interesting way. Maybe I'm misusing the word sassy in this connotation. But yeah, here is how about, let me just read it and you guys will be the judge. So, Joan on Air, we are bold and unapologetic. We dive into the hottest and most controversial topics of our time, from current events to deep life questions. Nothing is off limits. This podcast allows open minded conversations, thought provoking debates, and unfiltered truths with friends, thought leaders, and some of the most notable people. So, I actually got to know this podcast from TikTok. I obviously post and interact with what my competitors are. So this one was also a good one, and I have seen her content. I have listened to it. It's a beautiful podcast. The creator is beautiful. P.S. I don't have a crush on her, but she is really cute, and she's been at it for some time now. I think since like COVID or somewhere around there. The podcast has gone through a few name changes, but she has moved with her audience. She is this embodiment that you can start and then change, and no discredit to her, but she has really worked for it, and she has worked at her craft. She has interviewed a few more people than we have at, actually not she has interviewed a few more people. She has interviewed a lot more people than I have on this podcast. So that's a big plus for her. Yeah, two thumbs up. Sorry, I'm not doing video for this one, but yeah, two thumbs up for her. Definitely follow her on YouTube, on TikTok as well, but most importantly, listen to her podcast. So that is today's creator of the week that we are deciding to lift up. Let's go follow her, try to listen to her content, and yeah, give her all the credit she deserves. So going on to the next section, which are the thoughts and anecdotes I've been having or that have been going through my head this week. So the first note I have is trajectory reverse position, and I'm going to explain this one more in detail. So this is the fact that where you are right now matters less than the direction you are headed in. And it's a trap that a lot of people live their lives in, sacrificing this future gain for now, future success for current comfort. That's all included within this. And okay, I'm being a bit vague, but the thing is, we are constantly obsessing over what I have now, me now, and we compromise building the foundations, doing the deep work and the activities that don't pay out now, but will be more valuable. I personally thought it was simply about patience and this whole thing that we want instant gratification, and that for most of us we can't do much about it. But after thinking on it, I would argue that it can be done. It can definitely be done. We can relearn to play the longer game, to have an infinite mindset, to think and always make moves based on the optimal results, considering now and tomorrow and 2, 3, 4, 6, 10 years from now. So my whole argument here is that people will give excuses for living in the moment and doing everything. I'm not saying be so focused on your future that you don't live now. That is definitely what I'm saying. And if you came up with that argument, you're just trying to find an excuse. I am not trying to attack anyone by saying this, but the truth is that if you think you need patience to sacrifice for your future self, if you think you need to fight instant gratification to sacrifice for your future self, you are the one who loses out at the end. We can change it into an active role and actually take control of this by relearning to play the long game, relearning to do these things that benefit us tomorrow, next year, next month, to benefit future us. So big takeaway here is to stop compromising positions, start fixing your direction and your trajectory, because trajectory is definitely more important than where you are now, your position right now. The path that you are on is always going to be more important than where you currently are right now. And to be able to see the path, you need to expand your view, to think bigger, to think long term, to play the long game. So definitely take that into consideration. Trajectory versus position. Trajectory should always take the upper hand over the position that you are in, position that you are holding in. It's the same thing with investing when you're holding stocks. Your position right now, and then what is the trend of the stock? Is it going up? Is it going down? Then you make the most optimal decision of where you see that. Okay, with the whole stock thing, it is more of a of a gamble, but I hope you understand this whole concept. Okay, next one I wrote is that I am definitely jealous of campus kids. Okay, I'm going to explain this one as well. So, I have been hanging around Makerere lately just to be around the student vibe, just because I thought it would help me focus on some online courses I have been trying to finish, like literally trying to learn from home, learn from work hasn't been the best fit. So I thought, okay, why not go into the classroom setting and try to just beat the procrastination? You guys, I'm just trying always to beat myself. Draw from that academic energy around me. But you guys, I was wrong. These kids aren't studying at all. Like, these boys and girls at campus are really living life, like the life. And this is what I'm saying. Campuses have this freedom, this abandonment, this permission to not have everything figured out, like to move slow, to chill. That I am calling jealousy because I realize I miss. Like, nothing is really urgent for campuses. Like, when you're outside here, things are urgent. When you're in campus, come on, there is a food allowance coming in. All you need to do is get your coursework handed in time. And campuses can come at me and criticize me, but you guys will get out here and then you'll see what I'm talking about and you will see it. Like, things aren't so urgent for them. They are still secure. They can call home for money. They have their friends close, like they are very near, and their problems are relatively small compared to the after campus experience that I have been on for the last 2 years. So I am jealous. I'm jealous of these kids because once you leave campus and hit the real world, that urgency literally kicks in. You start counting down to milestones. Let me say things like pay the bills, chasing targets, getting a job, and then suddenly you don't have that freedom to just be there anymore. So if you're listening to this, you are still in that phase, enjoy it. Don't rush it. Squeeze all the juice out of that season because it will end. And when the real game starts, you need to be locked in. And when it starts, make sure that you just go all out. Go all out. No one is going to feel sorry for you. They're actually going to expect a lot from you because number one, you went to campus. So what are you saying we should feel sorry for you? So that was just my whole rant on how comfortable campuses are. But yeah, if you're definitely in campus and listening to this, make the most of it. And once you are out here, play to win. That's the only way you survive. And then number 3 is the 80-20 rule and why you aren't using this more. So I don't remember the podcast or episode I listened to where the guest said this, but it went something like this. Every successful business I have worked with follows the 80% rule. And what he meant was that 20% of the people were driving 80% of the results. The rest, the 80%, were admin, support, maintenance, who, yes, help the business run. But if you looked at any business, the guy is increasing things like revenue, driving the profit, and actually doing the tangible work that drives and moves the business forward. The R&D department, the marketing, the exceptional guys are usually about as much as 20% of the total that are in the company. And those are the ones that you should focus on. And those are the ones that should receive more of the upside. If you're running a business or if you are working in a business, those are the people you should aim to be a part of. Okay, I have jumbled it all up, but what he said was simply that 20% of the people in your department are going to contribute to 80% of the work that gets done. 20% of the people in a company are going to contribute to 80% of the upside in the company. 20% of the people are going to be the high performers that are going to drive 80% of the results in the company. So number one, if you are a business person, make sure that you identify those people, you use them, and then you reward them. If you want to be one of those people, identify them, be part of them, and then make sure that you are producing the results. And yeah, that was just the whole sort of takeaway that he was saying. So if you're building a startup, a team, a side hustle, build around the 20%. That's going to be your engine. Give each project or a department a driver, a person in the 20%, one clear, not an owner, but someone that is going to drive the morale. You don't always need a lot of people to do one task. You could have just one organized person that can drive and boost the team that helps you in delivering that, so that it's just more efficient. And I will just have to look for the episode and actually reference it in a future one. So you guys just listen to the next bonus episodes, I'll definitely come back to this. I'll tell you where I listened to it from, and you guys can just hear it from the person himself, because clearly I have failed to articulate this the way he did. But yeah, make sure that you are doing that. If you're starting a business, build around the 20%. If you want to be exceptional, be around the 20%. Make sure that you are driving value. And yeah, that's it for that point. And then number 4 is exercise is hard and you might hate it, but you still need to do it. This one is more of a note to myself, simply because I already started this episode by saying I have failed to exercise enough this week. But anyway, I realized that I really don't like any other form of exercise except tennis. I mean, I hate running after work. I would rather be on my laptop and finish up tasks like I am usually doing, or like I am currently doing, because yeah, it's about 8:30. I'm on my laptop recording a podcast. I could be on my laptop writing code. I literally bring work home almost every other day so that I can dodge working out. You guys, this is a very bad admission to make, but yeah. So just trust me that the last thing I want is to go outside and run. But sometimes I do get up and go and run. And when I do, I find that when I come back and sit, let me say, at my laptop to do the work, and or just go and rest and get up in the morning, I feel really, really good. Like on Sunday, I felt really, really good after going for tennis. Okay, maybe just because it was tennis. But anyway, I'm talking about these other forms of exercise. So running, gym, whatever sort of aerobic exercise that you do, the one thing that should keep you going are the benefits that you get. And I know you don't see the results for working out to gain muscle soon, but I would argue that you do, because you start to have more energy, you start to have more endurance, and you feel healthy. It's a feeling. I actually think this one is psychological, but literally, when I'm in field or at office, I know I can outwork people simply because, okay, like other people, I know I can outwork other people simply because of how they look or walk or act. Because I have this proof, the running, the exercise, the tennis. So all I am saying is there are always going to be immediate results that you may not attach to the thing, but are actually there. This proof that you can outlast all other people if you are working out is already an immediate benefit, even on a small routine. So now, like for myself, I have been very consistent with just doing tennis at least twice or once a week, and it helps me. That's it. Sometimes I am doing running. Okay, now like today is Thursday, so I didn't work out between Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and today. So these are 4 days. So if I can still get a workout in tomorrow and Saturday, I would have hit my 3 day a week goal. Yes, cheating, yes, because it's supposed to be relatively stretched out. And I've already said on this podcast that I need to do more than just 3 days a week. But trust me that the benefits always come. This point was just supposed to help you guys see that there are more benefits to working out and to exercising that are just more than you seeing the physical change in your body. It could be a feeling, it could be more endurance, it could mean more energy. You maybe sleep better, your mornings are smoother, your mind is clearer. There are all these other benefits that come up just because you are exercising. You don't have to go beast mode, you just need to, you know, just keep that consistent exercise going in, join that evening session, try something light, and build that endurance, not just that physical part, but even mentally, because when you're running and you want to stop and you keep telling yourself, let me get going, let me keep going, I'm almost there, that is also endurance for you. And if you are thinking, okay, I am too far gone, I want to also encourage you that you are not. You can start small. Like I said, you don't need to start with lifting 20 dumbbells every day or taking 20 push-ups every day. I mean, for the first months I was doing exercise. For the first months I was doing exercise, I really didn't do any push-ups, pull-ups, what sit-ups. No. I just ran, came back home, stretched, and went to bed. And then slowly by slowly I started to incorporate these things, and now they are a bit more tolerable. Yeah. But okay, you guys, I am I am very guilty for not doing this, so I'm not going to lecture you guys anymore. But this one is your little push for someone who hates it, but just get it done anyway. Work out, don't be like me. Your future self will definitely thank you. Okay, and then on to the next one, which is form your own clan. So I didn't get this one from a book or a podcast, but it came to me when I was thinking of this whole idea that you need to form your own group of advisors, something like a clan, picking from this old African tribe thing. So what I'm talking about as a clan is a group of people you talk to about your big ideas, people you debate with, people who challenge your thoughts, but also sharpen them. So look at any tribe from historical Africa, any king, any, even these revolutionary guys from Hitler. Bad example. Past or present, they always had a circle, a council, a group of minds that they leaned on before taking big decisions. In this generation, we call them friends, co-founders, mentors, whatsoever your cup of tea is. But I want to simplify all these and group them as your clan. It doesn't need to be like a specific group of only one person. You could literally handpick people in different sections of your life and then say, this is my clan. When I am doing this tech project and I need help on my tech stack, I go to this person. When I am doing a business merger, I go to this person. When I am doing a marriage and need advice, I go to this person. When I bring them together, that is my clan. Not in the same room, not at the same time, but they are my clan. You get it? So the whole thing is just to develop that sort of group that is going to help you, that you talk to when you're making big decisions, that you go to for counsel. You can't go far alone. So make sure that you have something and people that are improving you, that are helping you think better, that are getting you to be better. It is very important that you realize your limits and you sort of try to beat nature by compensating for them by bringing in the best players in the game to work with you. And the one way you can do that is by forming a clan of really very good people. So that one is just building a clan around you. Okay, and then the next one is on Jim Rohn and listening to what he has to say about philosophy. So I have always been a fan of Jim Rohn. I said listening. I think he was actually the first like motivational speaker I really started listening into and got not addicted to, but I his sort of message really resonated with me. The way he speaks is also just very good. I want to be able to articulate myself the way he does. You know, there's just a funny way he talks that I can't mimic. I'm not even going to try to voice him or anything. No, you guys just go and search any of his videos on YouTube. But he has this really good philosophy that I want to talk about and reiterate because I've already talked about it on a few previous episodes. But it's this whole thing of why not you? Why not right now? And why you would do something. So he was giving this talk and he started by asking why. What is your why? Your reason for getting up, for doing this, for starting this company, for doing whatever that you are involved in. And then he goes to why not now? Why is this the best time to do this? And he sort of went through that and explained it. And then, most powerfully, he said, why not you? Why can't it be you that does this big thing that you are thinking of? Why can't it be you that gets human civilization to do this wonderful thing? And that sort of philosophy that sort of shows you what you can do if you just allowed yourself to dream and to give yourself permission to be the one that actually goes after it is just so powerful. I just wanted to encourage everyone to just go and search Why Not You by Jim Rohn. You will definitely find that clip, listen to it, internalize it, and make sure that I just know it's going to be positive vibes for you guys. Okay, and then the last one is actually just I just wrote this sentence and then I when I was writing the script for this, I challenged myself to just remember everything that I had about this. So the statement is I had a talk with two beautiful girls. So I had a talk with two beautiful girls on the same day, coincidentally, and it was about the same thing. It was about this whole relationship dilemma and how the decision to choose and then how feelings become intertwined with the times that we are living in, whereby men are afraid to be taken advantage of, women are also afraid to be taken advantage of. So clearly, there is a lack of trust on both sides. And then there is this whole narrative that is being perpetuated of men are trash. And then there is this whole other thing of women are independent. So there is this whole drift that is happening. I don't know if it is consciously or unconsciously, but I would say it is unconsciously happening, whereby women and men are being pushed further apart. And I know there are things like the Catholic Church that is trying to advocate for people to stay together, families, and everything. But I do have to say that guys are getting more scared to be in long term relationships. Like, it's okay if they just want to do these short term busts. I'm not going to call them what they are, but let's just say short term busts. But having this conversation with these two girls, that, to be sincere, I didn't expect to ever have such a deep conversation with either one of them. I had my own narratives of what a relationship should be like, what it takes to go into one now, or for me, and then the kind of dynamics I would impose in the relationship. And it was just it was really eye opening to have these girls on the same day. I literally feel like there was a conspiracy in heaven to present these girls to have the same discussion with me about my choices in being single and the excuses I give for not being in a relationship, because that was literally what the discussion was about. So some of the reasons I've given for wanting to be single for at least the foreseeable future has been that my schedule is very unpredictable, and I don't want to subject another person into the kind of disorganization and lack of structure that I have, especially with the habits that are built around working through the night, being so immersed in my work, and then trying to build the companies, and then the busy schedule. And it's completely a bullshit excuse, as already articulated very well, by the way, by these two girls. And then this whole thing that I am always trying to optimize my time when I am on a call with someone. Okay, like one of them pointed it out, whereby, let me say, if they called me just to check on me, immediately that person finishes checking on me, I start to drive the call towards ending, simply because I am optimizing for time. To put it in hash terms, I am trying to end the call because they are wasting my time. Like, that is so bad. When she said it that way, I was like, okay, yeah, I see it. And, it was all true. And I really, I was being cornered on all sides. Trust me, a lot of people could come up with reasons and debate the whole fact that, yeah, but this is my life and what, and this is the season I need to be in if I want to achieve the things that I want to do and whatever. But these girls set up such a very good argument that I am now rethinking that, you know what, maybe there are other guys out there thinking like me, that think it's okay for them to deny themselves being in a full-time committed relationship just because maybe they don't trust ABC, whatever their reason is. And most likely that reason is a bullshit reason, because number one, most of us anyway, are built to have a lifetime partner. And it has been proven in very many studies that men that are married are more likely to live longer. Number one, they are more likely to be happier, even regardless of the whole thing of divorce and everything. Though there are also a lot of studies that lean onto the divorce thing and then trash this whole narrative and debate. So it was a very interesting sort of discussion of, actually, with one of them I talked with them for like one and something ish hours, and then with the other it was actually, I think, around the same time. So it was just a whole day of reflection on what my priorities are, and just telling myself, you know what, you might not have this part figured out. You might you might just have to rethink and keep thinking about this part, because yeah, you definitely do not have some things right. So I definitely can't share everything that we talked about. I should have been writing down some of those things, but yeah, we learn, we grow, and it's conversations like that that really make life worth living. Trust me, I walked away from those two conversations thinking, okay, you know what? Yeah, I should stop this madness. I should just be happy. I should just choose someone. I should just take the risk. Life is, that's what life is about in one way or the other. So if you guys think alternatively, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I don't want to drag this episode longer than it has already been. Please, thank you for listening to this episode of the 5 to 9 Job podcast. If you liked it, please share, support the show, like, follow, comment, review, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.